Good afternoon. Welcome to surprise cocktail hour. Not cocktail because I'm on my lunch break at work, but garnish edition. So I'm talking to a bunch of people about some hot toddies and about how what makes it good is the clove studded lemon peel. And some people are like, what do you mean a clove studded lemon peel? How would you have such a thing? And so here is my lemon, which as you can see, this is not its first rodeo. This is a special thing that makes you have the part of it that you need. So you just go over here and it is giving forth its lemony, zesty sort of spritz situation, which is going to be really good in that hot toddy that we're going to be making later at an appropriate hour. So then you have like this amount, right? And so the first time I made this, I just tried to poke a lot of cloves through here. And I have to tell you that I broke a lot of cloves and they were crushed and it was very sad. And so there are lots of different ways that I've experimented with that you could poke. You could use a fork if you have pointy tines. You could use a toothpick. You could even use the pointy part of a corn cob holder. But what I find to be the most effective after a lot of trial and error is a bamboo skewer if you happen to have such a thing. So then you just kind of poke some holes in it, honestly. And you just go kind of gently. And honestly, sometimes you go all the way through and you could break it and it is not the end of the world. The cloves kind of basically sort of stay within there anyway. And if they don't, just, you know, try not to drink the clove. If it gets close to your teeth, it's really not the end of the world. So you're just kind of poking through. You do need to get like a little bit to the wider part of the skewer, not just the pointy part, causing it to break again. See, but look how we're not panicked because it doesn't really matter. It's all good. We're poking. Here we are, just like that. And you can kind of, you know, I'm just sort of spacing them out. This is not a scientific thing. You'll be shocked to learn. It isn't chemistry. It's not baking. I poked through like, I don't know, 7 or 8 holes into this thing. And then I just have these whole cloves, which I tip out into the top for like full-on technique, just for what it's worth, because it's easier to grab them. And then now that I have holes in here, you just take the pointy part of the clove and sort of press it through. So this part, the part that's a little broken, you'll see it still isn't falling out, so it is retained, which is really the whole point, right? And then a little bit of the crushing of the clove is not the end of the world if that happens. Again, this is all just like very straightforward. You now have a hole and you just sort of press. Totally easy and not at all difficult. The face that I made did not indicate difficulty. Maybe just a little bit. Sometimes if you didn't press enough of the thicker part of the skewer through, it could be a little bit more difficult. But basically this is what you're after, is this sort of an effect. And when you make your hot toddy, after you do it, you just kind of drop this puppy in. And it makes the oils, because it's hot, it like makes the oils of the lemon peel release their delicious scent, but it doesn't make your hot toddy tart like putting actual lemon juice that I know some people do, which is not my preference. Now you could make it a little bit like kind of a curl. I'm like dropping little bits of lemon peel as I do this, right? It tries to break if you try to bend it too much. Now I have 2. Oh, look at that. Now you have 2 garnishes instead of 1. So whatever happens, it's always all fine. Because you're just going to put it in and then it will make your drink delicious. So that is all today. Good afternoon, cocktail hour friends. Double the number of garnish edition. Take care.